All right. Welcome, everyone, to Thursday, May 9th Town Council meeting. We're opening up tonight with a public hearing, proposed fiscal 25 budgets. And I'm going to turn it over to Joanne to address, I know there was 3 questions or 2 questions last week. Three questions, and then whatever questions y'all have. Go ahead, Joanne. And you have to turn the mic around on you.
At our meeting on May 2nd, the issue was brought up about the assessments and how they're laid out in the notes. And they asked that it be a graduated layout with the difference shown. I did that and submitted, and there was also request for explanation of what the 2 debt services are going to be that are going to be paid off in the next year and a half. And I provided that explanation on item B2571. And it was listed in the back of the notes. And then the only other item was a correction where I had mistakenly stated that it was Greenwood Avenue Station, pump station, it was being replaced, and it was actually Chesapeake Avenue being replaced. And those were the 3 items that were outlined last week within the meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we had a week to digest, a week to look. Any other questions about the budget that was proposed and submitted to council last week? No, there's been some communication with Joanne, so if not. All right. No questions? I see no questions, council. Let's go ahead and I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing. Yes. Exactly. I knew I missed something. Do we have anybody here to testify tonight about the budget? Sorry about that. Thank you so much. And I have notes here too, and I still messed it. So can I get a motion to close the public hearing? We have a motion. Do we have a second? Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, let's move right into start our meeting. We're going to, as always, we lead off with the Pledge of Allegiance. And since Mr. Gray's back there hiding, I would like to see if he would at least start us off.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, sir. Roll call.
Mayor Benton.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Mrs. Sealy. Here. Mr. Hummel.
Here.
Here. Mr. Troncone.
All right. Thank you so much. Motion to approve the agenda as presented. Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. So moved. 4-0. Minutes from the April 11th, 2024 Town Council meeting. Motion to approve the minutes from the April 11th, 2024 Town Council meeting as presented. We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next item, motion to approve the minutes from the May 2nd, 2024 Town Council work session. We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. So moved. Thank you so much. So I guess for the closed session, still have to do it. For the closed session? No, this is the minutes. Oh, I gotta read that now. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
At the meeting.
This one here. All right. I apologize. Closed statement, session statement. The mayor and town council met in closed session on Thursday, March 2nd at 8:09 PM to discuss the resolution. What did I say?
May.
I said March? May 2nd at 8:09 PM, May 2nd PM to discuss the resolution of an issue with a vendor for the town regarding monies owed the vendor and associated contract issues. In attendance at the meeting were Mayor Benton, all council members, Stacy Millar, town clerk, Karen Ruff, town attorney. This meeting was closed under the general provisions article of annotated code of Maryland, section 3-305B7 to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice, and article 3-305B8 to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about potential litigation. No actions were taken at this meeting except to provide direction to council. The meeting was adjourned at 8:45. That's it, right? All right. And I'd like to put on record that Councilman Troncone has arrived.
I'll just being late.
Yes. All right, schedule appointment, Melissa Gray. Come on up to the, is the mic on, Mickey?
But it's on. No, it's on.
Oh.
Do I wait?
Probably just be a second.
Okay, I'll just wait. Thank you. So thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I'm Melissa Gray. I'm the branch manager at Calvert Library Twin Beaches branch. And I just wanted to share our opening 3 weeks, some of our stats. So we opened our doors on April 16th around 3 p.m. We had just under 400 people in attendance at our ribbon cutting ceremony. And opening day, we welcomed 1,316 customers through our doors. Staff made 80 library cards. To date, our door count as of midday today is just over 14,000 people. In our previous location, an average month was 3,000 people. Staff have created 760 library cards to date. Again, just for perspective, in 2023, the whole year at our branch, we made 629. So to date, we've already done 760. Our study room reservations, we've had 265 reservations for our study rooms. We've circulated 13,401 library materials. Our entire children's board book collection is checked out. Every single one. Like, the bins are empty, and they've been empty for about 2 weeks. Our computer usage for the public computers, 1,062 public computer uses, up from 330 in a typical month in the previous location. In the previous location, we had 6 regular weekly volunteers. We're currently onboarding, in addition to those 6, another 28 volunteers. Customer feedback is overwhelmingly positive. I can't believe this is my library, to the modern and impressive library is breathing new life into the towns. This transformation ignites hope and excitement for the future, as the library serves as a symbol of growth, learning, and endless possibilities. So thank you to the mayor and the North Beach Town Council for supporting Calvert Library and bringing this project to fruition. You can see that the community is totally accepting and enjoying this facility. So thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
I know
Thank you.
those numbers are only going to grow,
Yeah.
and so it was a long time coming. There's a lot of chatter out there in the world, and I think it's proven that this is a great asset to our town. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Your staff is amazing.
Thank
God
you.
bless them. They got their hands full.
Thank you.
Melissa, I just have one question. The computer use is amazing because I know it's at the senior center too, and I always heard there wasn't that much usage. Do you see a lot of seniors coming in and using?
We
the
do.
computers? Oh,
Mhm.
that's so good.
We do. Yeah.
Awesome.
They're gonna move their book discussion from the senior center to the library, and we're already partnering with the health department to offer their Prevent Type 2 Diabetes series, which is like a 26-week series. So we're so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You're welcome. Thank
Can
you.
we actually publish those stats in like a?
You can,
email
I can
blast
send
or
you an
something?
email
Would be
with it all.
push out
Yeah.
broader.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put them on a t-shirt. I'm so All right. Let's move right into public safety. Mr. Dalton, come on down.
All righty, good evening, everybody.
Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. So for the month of April, pretty slow, which is good. In April 2024, the sheriff's office handled 88 calls for service. This is up from 71 in March, weather getting a little warmer, I suppose. Twin Beach deputies had 243 self-initiated calls for service, and those calls include patrol checks, follow-up investigations, and traffic stops. Otherwise, no major events. Anybody have any questions?
Anybody have any questions for the deputy? I've been bugging his ear for the last week, so he does want to hear from me.
I think this is your debut.
That's it, yeah.
right.
You
Oh,
did a
so
good
flying
job.
solo for some of you I have met, Sergeant Alton for some of you that I have not, so.
And yes, the name is very familiar. We'll leave it at that.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you.
All right, let's move into reports. Our code enforcement and zoning report will come as soon as possible. We do have a staff member out for sick leave surgery, so keep him in your prayers. And let's move right into marketing.
Hi. Let's see, put my glasses on. Um, so our event season has started. I mean, if you were out last Friday, you saw all the people. Just a few things. We've got, I got a call late this afternoon. All my new brochures are ready for pickup. My new banners ready for pickup. I don't know if anyone has noticed the signs that we have posted around town with the town map and QR code, but those will be ready to be hung soon. So I've kind of been working on getting ready for the season, and that's almost, those things are almost done. What else? I'll just follow up with what Melissa said. We're excited about the library. I attend a quarterly meeting with other constituents in Calvert County for tourism and marketing and events. And we normally meet in Prince Frederick, but we will meet at the new library next week. And everyone in the group is excited to see the library, and we're going to get a tour before we have our meeting. So thank you for allowing us to do that. And that's all I have, unless you have questions. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. This month, you have my report in front of you, but this month, Public Works really been busy trying to spend all the capital project money, ARPA money and so forth. So we've been knocking out several things. One thing I did leave off my report, on April 29th, we had a visit from two representatives from DNR. They came down here. They met members of the flood committee. Mr. Gray, he was in attendance at the meeting. During COVID, DNR suffered a staff shortage. They were supposed to have 70 on-staff people in DNR for retirement reasons and other reasons. They went down to like 40 people on their staff. Now, since COVID's over now they're back up to staff. And the governor, he wanted the new representatives to get out in the field, meet the people, see the place, to see the town. So we were lucky enough to have two of them come down. We had about, what, hour and a half meeting, I guess, and we walked the whole town with them. They're very interested in their comprehensive flood plan. We showed them that. We showed them things we're looking at doing. we tried to get input on where they could help us and, what they needed from us to help us with grants, other type things. We did, like I said, we did a whole tour of the town. They were real helpful. They have a thing called My Coast, which is very helpful for North Beach, because what you can do with the My Coast app is you can take a picture when we have like the flooding that we have at Mexico, 9th Street in that area, or whatever area. But if you take a picture of that happening, you post it on that app, it'll show you it records it, but it shows you real-time data of what the actual tide level was. So instead of us having to do that, if we have residents take that picture, if they put it on that app, you can go back on there 2 years later and say, hey, the tide was at 3.8. No wonder, it was right up to this level on the street or whatever. So they went over that. The two girls, Kate, she kind of manages My Coast, and Christine, she was really nice. She kind of has taken over Sasha Land, who we work with on the flood comprehensive plan grant. But it was nice for them to come down, meet them face to face, cell phone numbers, emails. Now we have direct contact. They saw the town. They know what we're facing every day. And I think they'll be a great resource. They were both from out of state. One was from Philadelphia, one was from Michigan, I think. And they were so excited, like, oh, look, there's the ocean. It's like, well, it's not quite the ocean, but it's close. But they were excited to walk to town and see, how the bay was and how really close we are and living on the bay. And they're it was nice to see some fresh faces and interest like that. So I had 8 or 10 things on the report. Does anybody have any questions on any items on the report?
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right.
Yep.
Treasury report. Joanne.
You have my treasurer's report in front of you as Donnie, I used Donnie's verbiage. You have it for the month of January. One of the items that I'd like to point out is that we did receive the 225 for the 9th Street pump station in the month of January. Took a little while, but it finally got here. But that's one of the bigger items.
Question for Joanne, the report is attached.
How's everybody doing? Good. April overall was we had very good weather for the month of April, and with a few summer-like days in there. So we've actually seen a pretty steady stream of people down at the waterfront. The big events we had in April was the Earth Day celebration over at the Nature Center, which was a really nice turnout, had about 100 people. We had a community cleanup day where we filled all 10 dumpsters again. And then we kicked off the farmer's market, which will run through October. That's really it from the thing. And we're doing resident beach passes at the waterfront tomorrow till 6, Saturday 8 to noon, and all next week 7 to 6.
It's picked up earlier than we've seen in years. So we're making some adjustments, but Phil's going to have his hands full this year. Yesterday it looked like it was 4th of July.
Yeah, it's busy.
People are, I don't know, I guess just taking off work. So we'll continue to adjust as needed. We're excited that Phil has hired a assistant waterfront manager.
Yeah.
So that's going to really be nice. But it's looking good down there. The work got done for the bike path. There's a lot of work. It still is going to be done, but it looks good. So between DPW and the waterfront staff, I think we're going to have a good year. Any questions for Phil before we move on?
I do have a question for Phil.
Yes.
And then for Joe, because I'm a little slow. Who'd you hire for assistant waterfront manager?
Well, her name is Emma Donaldson. So she's a graduate of Northern and local. So she lives in Chesapeake Beach, but she has experience working on waterfronts over on the Eastern Shore.
Cool.
So
Great.
yeah, she'll be
I
fine.
bet you're happy about that.
Yeah, she's good. She's gonna be a good kid.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, Joe. You said we received money for the 9th Street pump state, from who? Or can you explain that a little bit? I don't understand that.
Was that Fifth Street? Fifth Street.
Oh, on the state.
Yeah.
Oh, for Fifth Street. Oh, I thought you said 9th. You did say 9th. It wasn't me.
We have a lot of grants moving around.
Okay,
We're
that makes
applying
sense.
for a lot.
Thank you.
And what it was is we got a grant to upgrade the Fifth Street pumps, which is working wonderful. But sometimes it takes a little long for the funding to come in. from the other resources, state and feds. So the good news, it's in and we're looking good. Thank you. Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
All right, public comments. The town of North Beach welcomes public comments. Please step to the podium, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. If you're attending on Zoom, please enter the public comment in the chat box. Do we have any public comments tonight? If not, no big deal. You can always email us.
Good evening. My name's Bob Gray. I live at 9221 Annapolis Avenue. As you may be aware, Annapolis Avenue is a one-way street from 7th Street to 9th Street. Last month, a young lady turned around after she realized that she was driving the wrong way. Backing up out of the driveway of Mrs. Sandra May Lubas' house at 922 Annapolis Avenue, she proceeded to back into my driver's side door of my Chrysler Pacifica van. The estimated damage is over $3,000. Luckily for me, the woman stopped and went to our door to report the accident. This is not the only instance of people driving the wrong way on Annapolis Avenue after turning around to find that elusive parking spot for Plaza Mexico. I would like to suggest that more signage be placed on Annapolis Avenue. Specifically, additional one-way arrows should be painted on the asphalt. Presently, there is but one arrow very close to 7th Street. If you could do that, we could then monitor the traffic to see if that works or whether additional signage is necessary. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's. All right, I'm going to go ahead and introduce ordinance 24-01 fiscal 25 budget introduction. Ordinance 24-01. Again, this is an introduction. Next month, we will vote on the budget. An ordinance of the council of the town of North Beach approving and adopting a budget for the town of North Beach for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2025, FY 2025, allocating expenses and appropriating money to the town general fund, sewer fund, water fund, capital projects fund, and community conservation fund, and establishing the various tax rates for fiscal FY 2025. That's the introduction. Thank you. All right. Business items. We're gonna let Donnie Bone, DB, do a presentation about the phase 2. And then your information for that is in your packages. And we would like to move forward and award someone to want his recommendation. So Donnie, please take the floor.
As you all know, we've been talking quite a bit about the last couple months or last year even, 9th Street stormwater upgrade. We did put out an RFP for that project. When we put out the RFP, we put it in 2 phases. So financially, if we didn't have money to do one, do the other, we kind of broke it up because it is 2 separate items. We awarded phase 1 last month at council meeting, and we have a signed contract, and we're expecting submittals to start phase 1 any day now, next week, Monday, probably getting submittals for that. But since January, this January 24, we've had 24 cases where we've had tidal flooding come in through the just storm drain pipes coming back in town. So we had 24 cases. Some of them have been minor, some have been major. But I think at this time, we do have the money in place that we need to do everything we can to try to alleviate that flooding as much as possible. I don't see it slowing down. Phase 2 of it is actually installing a backflow check valve, which would stop water from coming back in from the bay. That was part of the RFP that's already been bid. We only had 2 out of the 3 contractors bid that part of it. I tried reaching out several times to the low bidder, which was Stormwater Solutions. I couldn't get them to meet me on site to go over the job, or couldn't get really any feedback from them. I moved on to the second bidder, which I think it was about a $20-some thousand difference. I don't have it right in front of me. But I reckon they came down, we met on site, we talked about it, you know, installing it, could it be done, how, talked about the project. At this time, I would recommend awarding to the second bidder, Compro Contracting. And I think it was, I don't have, like I said, I think it was $139,500. It is in your packet. But I would recommend go ahead and award in phase two. Like I say, with 24 cases since January, we just said title's been crazy and I don't really, we did talk to DNR, the two representatives came down and visited. And, you know, Annapolis has experienced, Solomon's experiencing that, everywhere's experienced it. They didn't really have why. You know, we were asking like, why do you think, whatever, but it's just sea level rise. I would, and we don't see that slowing down. So I would, at this time, do everything we could. And we have the money in place and we have a RFP, so we can bid on that. So I recommend awarding that to Compro Contracting.
So I fully support that. I mean, obviously, there's a need. It was demonstrated in March. It's been demonstrated prior to that as well. And it is a necessary part of dealing with the 9th Street problem. And then we can move on to 7th.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? All right, can I have a motion? Hold on. A motion to award Compro Contracting an amount of $139,500. The contract to install the Waypro. There you go. So moved. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, guys. We need it bad. We need it bad. All right. Let's go right into mayor and council reports. I'm going to let the council have this time. I'll start with Mickey.
Thank you all for coming out. I'm super excited for all those great numbers from the library. It's a great place. I'm excited to keep going when I can find time to take my daughter, which is rough between all the things going on. But every time I go in, I have to drag her away from all of the kids' toys. So she loves it upstairs. Other than that, thank you all. See you next month.
So much, Mickey. Mary.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here. My mother-in-law, second time in a row, very excited. Anyway, I don't know if we had people online, but thank you all for being here. And of course, I want to thank Melissa for coming. You know how excited I am about the library and everything you all have done and all the openings that you had, how well organized they were. One question I didn't ask you that I wish I did, you know, how many out-of-town residents, like out of Calvert County, coming in versus in town. So that would be fun to know too. I also want to congratulate Mystic Dan for winning the Kentucky Derby by a nostril. I was at Fawn Cheese. They had a very nice event. The town, a lot of the businesses had events going on, as the officer probably knows. And I want to wish all moms a happy Mother's Day this weekend. I'll be hosting some moms at my house. And then First Friday, huge success, loved it. Of course, everybody loves it. I want to show you all something that I did. I went to Art Fest last summer, and there was an artist there that was doing sittings. Basically, you pay for like a 15-minute sitting, and she would do a rendering of you. But she was there at First Friday, and I was so excited. I was like, oh, because I couldn't sit down with her when she was at Art Fest. She was so busy, but she did this. It's pretty impressive. So $25, best $25 I ever found. I was like, Pat, I'm gonna hang this up so you can look at it every day. But yeah, it was great. So First Friday, great success, great vendors. Can't say enough about it, and then anyway, thank you and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Lauren.
Welcome, everyone. It's a pretty big crowd for council meetings, almost epic. Other than that, we've had bigger crowds for the flood meetings, but So nothing to report from the May flood meeting because it hasn't happened yet. It usually happens before council, but because of the way this month is, turned out that our flood meeting doesn't happen until next Tuesday. So our flood meeting is scheduled for next Tuesday at 3:00. And we will be covering a bunch of items, including updates to the 7th and 9th Street flood prevention measures and upgrades to the revetment along the boardwalk, which should be interesting to hear about from Donnie, the latest on that. So no more on the flood. And other than that, just happy Mother's Day and happy spring. And I too am so excited about the library. I've only been, I thought I was going to be there every day, but I've only been there once, which is, I guess that's what you do when you live right next to something that's really cool. But my goal is to try to get there more. So anyway, but thank you for that.
Are you gonna ride your electric bike there?
Yeah, I am.
That's a cool bike rack.
Huh?
Cool bike rack.
Yeah. Oh, the bike rack is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to lock up an electric bike because
Oh, yeah.
they're a
I
little
know.
pricey.
We'll borrow it. Thank you.
Yep.
Ken?
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. I have good things to say also about the library. My wife and daughter have been over there, and my wife likes the Mike Miller section. I don't know why exactly, but she's just very nice. She likes the zone that's right there, and she's going to be working there. And the daughter, who is now 16, loves the place. So it is great. And also, I was just told today that we were looking for Mother's Day. We buy a cookbook for my wife every year of a different type each time. And they fell in love with one was Indian cooking. So where they found at the library and then buying it for personal use. So that'll be good. We had the Earth Day celebration. It was fantastic. A lot of people came out. It was good to plant another tree, which is always a good thing to do. And you did a wonderful job of setting it up. So it was great.
I appreciate you being there and Grace as well for the attendance.
Yes. She volunteered. She helped make the buttons, if I recall, or at least the circles for the buttons. So that was good. And she enjoyed her time too. Yeah. And we're still working on the survey dealing with the interns. So thank everybody who has responded. And we expect to Grace will be doing the presentation after budget season, which I guess would be at least July. Could be later, something like that. But she'll be very happy to do that. And we're compiling the information now. If anyone hasn't, please just send it to us as soon as possible. And happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much, Ken. Paul?
Thank you everyone for coming out. I'll also reiterate the same sentiments about the library, Melissa. I just want to say, obviously, that the building itself is amazing, but it's very clear that you and your staff have put a ton of time and effort into actually the interior of that building and just the soul of the building and what it means to actually be a library. It's amazing that we can walk in there with my 4-year-old, 7-year-old, me, my wife, and have stuff to do for kids and adults and teens. It really just is absolutely amazing, and it's just a huge advantage to the town to have this here. So thank you to you and your staff for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Paul. Greg?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out this evening. I'll be short on the library part. Absolutely great having it here. My wife is super excited. She's already trying to get the grandkids over there to story time. And I just want to say that your staff is extremely professional, very knowledgeable, and very helpful, especially for a guy like me that hadn't been to the library in quite a while. But my wife loved the place, and she's already checked out a couple of books and got a couple on order. So other than that, be safe out there. And I just wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to let y'all know that 8th Street is representing tonight. We have the most people here from one street right there. So we win. I don't know what the prize is, but we won. All right. There's 3 of us here. Meeting adjourned. No, I'm teasing. Yes, the library, kudos. We all know that. I'm truly just happy that it's open so we can stop hearing the questions and people can start enjoying it. I think it was all over the place, conversations, and you guys are knocking it out the park. So congratulations. And it will be updated to the public. And I'm just letting you know that please, the meeting in June will be June 6th to meet our budget requirements. So June 6th. And you will be getting that update. We will do we will push it out. We'll let you know. But June 6th is the budget approval. Other than that, I thank you for all coming. Deputy Naughton's great to see you. We'll still have fun with you later, don't worry.
Oh, Mayor. I did want to say one other thing.
Oh, please do.
So, for y'all that don't know, I have officially retired from the federal government. So, every day now is Saturday. So I'm very proud of that.
That means he has more times to volunteer at the library, but
Well, if you saw the honeydew list that I have,
That's-
you would know that I don't. But yeah, 44 years and 9 months. So, I am officially tired and very happy to be retired. So that was it. Thank you.
well, just go by Mr. Gray's house. He has a wonderful selection of wine. All right, thank you so much. All right. I will entertain a motion to close this meeting under general provision article of the annotated code of Maryland, 3-305B -7 to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice, to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending or potential litigation.
So moved as stated.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you so much, everyone.